Every step it lasts. With every move you earn and grow. MoveQuest, baby, let's go, let's go. Hustle on the move, no stopping this flow. We're cashing in on stacks, getting crypto to show. MoveQuest got the power, the future's clear. We're taking over, the time is here. From the streets to the gym, we're taking flight. Every move's a token and it's feeling right. Step, move, groove, get in the zone. Crypto's on the rise, it's ours to own. Move your body, we on fire. Crypto flowing higher and higher. Burn, burn and feel the heat. MoveQuest, baby, get off your seats. Let's get it moving, we're burning up. Step by step, yeah, we're rising up. Feel the rush, feel the beat. MoveQuest, the rhythm got you on your feet. Let's get it moving, we're burning fast. Every step counts, we're making it last. With every move you earn and grow. MoveQuest, baby, let's go, let's go. Get on your feet, get in the game. MoveQuest is here, we're taking our claim. Crypto's flowing, no stopping this beat. Burn those calories, feel the heat. Go, go, go! Step it up, feel the vibe. Every move's a win, come alive. MoveQuest, the power, it's clear to see. Earning with every move, let it be. Let's get it moving, we're burning up. Step by step, yeah, we're rising up. Feel the rush, feel the beat. MoveQuest, the rhythm got you on your feet. Let's get it moving, we're burning fast. Every step counts, we're making it last. With every move you earn and grow. MoveQuest, baby, let's go, let's go. Get it moving, we're burning bright. Crypto fitness, we got the light. MoveQuest the way, we're here to stay. Let's go, we're on our way.
Good evening, everyone. Glad to have everybody with us this evening once again on our Tuesday night weekly call to go over all things MoveQuest. Make sure everybody in the community is up to speed on what's going on and know how to navigate all the things inside the ecosystem. I hope many of you are as excited as I am. We were able to successfully roll out the much anticipated MoveQuest app yesterday. And one of the things that we wanted to do this evening was make sure that everybody in the community understands whether you have an Android phone or an iPhone, that you were able to actually get everything situated and downloaded. So what we're going to do tonight, well, those two things, and we also want to make sure that everybody in the community is clear on what the onboarding process looks like. There have been some changes, and I've had conversations with some community individuals within the community that, wanted to make sure that they understood exactly what that looks like as we move forward. We do have Miss Lynette here with us again this evening, who will be chiming in, and I just wanted to let her know, feel free to, as I'm going through some of these items, to interject if there's something that you feel is pertinent that needs to be discussed as well. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead, turn off my camera, and share my screen so that we can actually do a brief walkthrough of what the process looks like. And then we'll get to, and hopefully as we go through this will fill in the gap and answer many of the questions that people in the community are having right now. But I hope you guys are as excited about where we are as I am, because I am seeing and hearing a lot of, people that, that's providing feedback on how much more simple and streamlined the actual process appears to be at this point. And that's something that's truly, truly exciting, especially when we're working towards, mass adoption, getting more and more people into the community and seeing and experiencing some of that, explosive growth that we want to see over the next days, weeks, months, and years to come as we move forward. So what I'm going to do first is I just want to show a little clip, which is 4 minutes, that actually takes a person through the process of actually setting up on an iPhone. So it doesn't matter whether you're using an iPhone or whether you are actually on an Android device. The easiest way and the best way at this stage is to go to MoveQuest.com. You want to go to MoveQuest.com, and I think make sure I'm sharing the right screen here. Yeah. You want to go to MoveQuest.com. And once you get to MoveQuest.com, you will notice that there is an APK file download for those individuals that are using an Android device. And right next to it is a download button to click to download for test flight. I want to make sure we're all on the same page here. We're anticipating in short order for the MoveQuest app to be in the Android Play Store, as well as the MoveQuest app to be in the App Store for iOS devices. All of the applications and everything have been submitted, and we're just waiting on them now to get through the process. In the meantime, so that we did not have to delay or wait any longer to go ahead and get the new app into all of our hands, the developers have provided Android users an APK file to download directly to our device. And they've updated the system to where test flight, which is what we've been using, will also allow us to download the MoveQuest app so that we could go ahead and start rocking and rolling immediately. So here is what it looks like if you're using an Android device, because I know there's a lot of Android users out there. So let me see, where did I have that file? No, now it's not going to show up when I'm looking for it because I think I may have closed it out. You know what? Instead, we will start with an iPhone. Here's the Android. We good, y'all. Here we go. If you have an Android device, this is the process that you would go through. For those of you that are using an Android device and you're ready to move forward with downloading the MoveQuest app, first you'll go to your phone's browser and go to MoveQuest.com. Once you're in MoveQuest.com, you'll notice in the center of the page, you will see where it says Direct Download APK File for Android. You'll click. Let me see. Hold on. Got a message. And you should be able to unmute yourself, Leslie, if you're not. Let me make sure you can, just in case. Thank you for letting me know that it was not sharing. Let me see. Is it not sharing? Let me see here. You can unmute and let me know if it is sharing now. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Just wanted to make sure. All right. First, you'll go to your phone's browser and go to MoveQuest.com. Once you're in MoveQuest.com, you'll notice in the center of the page, you will see where it says Direct Download APK File for Android. You'll click there, and it will start the downloading process. Once this has downloaded, in the top right where it says Details, it will pop up Open. Click Open. Some of your devices may be set to recognize where it may not recognize or allow you to install unrecognized applications, and you may have to give it permission. If so, proceed with those permissions and then click Install. Now the APK will be downloading to your device. And once the downloading process has completed, you'll be able to go ahead and move forward with making your device connections. Once that's completed, click Open. And the MoveQuest app will start to launch. Click Let's Get Moving. Allow for notifications, allow. Then click Authorize All. We're going to allow all, so we're going to click the toggle. Then in the bottom right corner, click allow again and allow. We've given authorization to pull in all of our physical data. Click link. And here we're going to go ahead and go to your MetaMask wallet and copy your wallet address that has all of your miners in it. And you're going to paste that on the screen and click confirm. Click next. On this page, you're going to need to enter a 6-digit PIN code, a 6-digit PIN code, all numerical. I'm going to pause the screen momentarily and come right back. But if you notice at the bottom of the screen, there is a gray slide bar. Once I put in my 6 digits, that will turn yellow, signifying I can go ahead and save the PIN that I entered. At that point, you can go ahead and slide the yellow bar all the way to the right. And now you will notice that it should automatically make your connection and start pulling in your fitness data. From here, if you want to make any changes to any of your data sources or what have you, you would just go to the settings tab icon in the bottom right, click on data settings. And here you can choose whatever data source you want. If you have the Samsung Watch, you click here. If you want to go to Google Fit, you can click there, or Fitbit, or whatever other device you're using as your data source. If it's not already selected, you can go ahead and make that selection from here. Once that's done, you can go back to the home page and you can see that all of your data should be pulling in at that time. If not, just close the app out like you normally would, slide out of it, and then just come back. You'll see the MoveQuest app on your device and open it back up. It'll relaunch the app. And you'll be back inside the app at that point. Other than that, the new app has been officially downloaded. All right. Now, the process hopefully and I hope you guys are seeing what I see, and I'm so excited to see how smooth that process is in comparison to the previous application that we were using. So that's one of the things that not only has me, but a lot of other people happy and excited as well.
In order to
download, here is what it looks like if you are using an iPhone. If you're using an iPhone, instead of downloading the APK, we're going to use Test Flight.
New MoveQuest app onto your iPhone device. The first thing you want to do is just go to your normal device browser, so Safari or Google, either one, and pull up MoveQuest.com. That will bring you to the MoveQuest website, and you will notice underneath where it says MoveQuest DApp Live Beta, to the right, you'll see where it says download for Test Flight. If you already have the old GetFit mining app on your device, then Test Flight is already loaded on there. So here you would just click where it says download for Test Flight. It will pull up Test Flight. Not now. And it will automatically have MoveQuest app sitting in there, and just click install. It'll go through its paces so that it can be downloaded. Boom. Once that finishes, just click where it says open underneath MoveQuest, and it opens up the app. You'll click next, start testing, and voila, we have the new MoveQuest app. Here, you will click allow for notifications, click allow again, and then let's get moving. Authorize all. That's going to pull up the screen for you to turn on all. And then in the top right corner, you're going to click allow. Now we've authorized everything. Next, what you're going to want to do is click link so we can link our external wallet. What that means is you're going to go to your MetaMask wallet, pull up the wallet that you're currently using for MoveQuest, and underneath where it says main account on my screen, whatever you have yours named, to the right, you hit the two little squares to copy your address, and then go back to the MoveQuest app and paste the address in the box, allow paste, and boom, it'll automatically put in your external wallet and pull up the spending wallet or internal wallet that you already have. Click confirm, then click next, and here you're going to want to enter your own 6-digit PIN code. 6-digit PIN code. So you'll just go in, type in the 6 digits. If you don't type in the 6 digits, if you notice at the bottom there's a little scroll bar that's grayed out, it will not allow you to do anything until it knows it has 6 digits in there. So you can go through and make sure you have a 6-digit PIN, and then boom, you get the lime green or lime yellow scroll bar at the bottom, and then you're going to want to slide that all the way to the right to unlock, and now you are inside the app. Once you're inside the app, this is just like the Get Fit Mining app. Everything should automatically connect and pull over. If not, real quick, I'm just going to go through the icons at the bottom of the screen. Obviously, the 4 squares in the bottom left corner is the dashboard, which is where we are right now. The second one, the lightning bolt, shows you what assets that you currently have sitting that's not in a mining dock and working, that's just sitting in inventory. And then the yellow circle with the $sign in it, that's where you actually go to submit your physical activity on a daily basis, like you've always have. And for any claiming or what have you, is down below. Then the electrical plug is the docking slots, where you can see whatever you have docked. And in the bottom right hand corner takes you through the settings, and you can take some time to actually go through each one of those just so you can become familiar with them. Outside of that, that's the setup process. You should be good to go.
Perfect. And I'm hoping that each and every one of you, that once you download the new application to your device, that you take a little bit of time and actually just kind of play with the buttons and go through each and every one of the features inside the app, so that you can become familiar with everything that's in there. All of the same functionality that was available on the previous application is available with this one as well. So I know most of you had gotten, we all kind of started getting used to some of the, functions or what have you, but this is pretty much the same thing. Everything is just laid out in a different location. So real quickly here, there's just a couple things that I want to share with you. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. Then now the bottom left corner, the 4 squares, okay, that's your actual dashboard. That brings you to where all of your steps, distance, calories, workouts, and sleep and everything are. Right underneath that, you have some, tutorial videos for anyone that, may have a question about how to do something once they've gotten to this point, especially how to buy some crypto. Underneath there is the actual hatchery, especially for those of you that are already in and mining already, not necessarily those that may be new. We'll cover that in a minute. But if you're already in and mining, and you have some MQT that you would like to enter the hatchery with, and you want to do that directly from your phone, you can actually come here and make your selections and actually determine how many you want here, and then click incubate. As long as you have, and I stress this point, as long as you have actually put funds or crypto inside your internal wallet. You have to make sure that you move the AVAX and MQT into your internal wallet if you choose to enter the Hatchery using your phone instead of or in lieu of the DApp browser. So if you're comfortable using the DApp browser, you already know how to use, how everything functions there, then keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. However, that functionality is available inside of the app as well. And the dates, times for customer support are right below, and you should be able to click here and enter into the support Zoom if you ever need any assistance. The next bar, the lightning bolt, again, that is just to show you your current inventory, any miners that you may have in your wallet or in your account that is currently not docked will show up under your miner's inventory. Then the lime green circle with the $sign, this is where you would go to submit your physical activity every day, to see and claim, see how many days you have available to claim, and each individual day of claims. Now, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see where it says history. You will see where it says history. If you click history, it may take it a second to load, but if you come here and you click on any one of the entries that show up here, you will be able to see how many MQT, there we go. Sometimes it takes it a second to actually load up here, but you can actually come here and click and see how many MQT that you earned on any given day. So I know we had some people that was asking questions about, how do they find that? So that's how you can actually pull that information up. Then we go to the little electrical plug icon that represents the docking slots, which I like, again, having the MoveQuest app and everything being congruent with the DApp browser is wonderful because we all get to become accustomed to, what each and every one of the icons actually represents. So the plug is the mining dock, and you can see anything that you have docked. Inside the app, you do have the ability to click on any one of the miners should you choose to undock one from the app instead of from the DApp browser. You could do that right here, and then you could go back to your inventory inside the app and it put another miner inside of into one of the mining docks if you so choose. So a lot of the same functionality that we had with the DApp website has been moved or integrated into the app in and of itself. Just keep in mind, these are all blockchain transactions. And anytime we're performing a blockchain transactions, we need to actually make sure that we have moved gas into our internal wallet, which you can always access by going up to the top right-hand corner and clicking the circle with the little wallet and the in this instance, the Avalanche blockchain logo on it so that you could actually see what your balance is. Once you add MQT, then you would actually see MQT here under AVAX as being a part of your internal wallet so that you would know how much you actually have to work with. And last but not least, bottom right-hand corner is the settings. This will allow you to, if you want to switch from light to dark, not sure if that's up and running yet. Doesn't seem to be changing right now, but I do know Waleed said that he was working on getting that situated. Underneath application settings, here's where you can go and set, personal goals. Now, I want to talk about this briefly. The application, the MoveQuest platform in and of itself, still has the same limits for being able to mine tokens on a daily basis when it comes to steps, calories, distance, workouts, and sleep, with the same maximums, if you will: 20,000 steps, 2,000 calories, 10 miles, 2 hours workout, and 8 hours of sleep. However, some individuals have personal goals that they want to obtain on a daily basis as they make their way, or as they work their way to being able to reach these goals. So here, if if you're a person that's saying, man, I'm struggling to get 15,000 steps in every day, or what have you, struggling to get 20,000 steps in every day, but you're hitting in or around that 15,000 mark. Well, you may set your target for 15,000 steps, so that when you go back over to your goals, the status bar actually, you can see your completion more clearly with setting your personal goals. So that's going to be an individual thing, but a nice feature to have for those of you that may want to actually build in that progression. Here, the next tab, notification settings, you're able to actually turn on or off your sound and or seeing or receiving notifications. Data settings. Under data settings, again, this is where you choose or make the selection for any of the data sources that you want to use to, at the top, record your steps, calories, distance, and workouts, whether that be your Fitbit, your Google Fit, your Apple Watch, your Samsung Watch, your, whatever it may be. You can make that selection up top, and for sleep, down below. Then we have our security settings, where you can actually, and I'll be honest with you, cold storage, uh, I'm assuming this is where you can actually change your copy does slot wait. And I'm gonna put myself on Front Street on this one. I have not clicked on this one to actually see, but to change your password, please open the following link in your DApp wallet. Okay, so this does allow you to actually change your password, that the 6-digit code that we put in. But in order to do that, you will have to connect to whatever wallet it is that you're using. So if you're using MetaMask, you'll have to open MetaMask and do that through the DApp browser. Trust Wallet, you'll have to go through Trust Wallet, or whatever the case may be. So I'm glad I clicked on that, because that's something that I need to go through the process of doing, just to make sure ahead of time. And I urge many of you to, go through that process as well ahead of time, so that when and if the time comes where you misplace or forget your password, you'll know how to actually enter. We won't go into the help center, but in the help center is where we actually have all our videos, privacy policy, terms and conditions that you can take your time and read through at your convenience, or what have you. So all of those things are underneath settings. One last thing I wanted to cover here before we go to the DApp browser is, anytime you want to see what you've done on previous days as far as steps, calories, distance, workouts, or sleep, or whatever the case may be, you can actually come and just tap on any one of the tiles, and you can actually see a bar graph of, the status for the last 7 days. And then you can actually scroll and see that activity down below as well. So that gives you the ability to go back and kind of review what you've been doing. Here, you can actually see, whether your steps are in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, or tier 4. When we're looking at, our intensity of our steps, this is a good place to actually go and monitor that, because the more steps you have in tier 4, the higher number of shares, or the more credit you actually get for the steps that we're taking. So just another incentive to know where you're at as far as all of that is concerned. And let me see here. One last thing we wanted to cover is the onboarding process. Now, as we move forward, as we mentioned Sunday, the hatchery is a permanent part of the MoveQuest ecosystem. It is not going anywhere. It is a part of the ecosystem. So when we're helping sign people up now, new people coming into the ecosystem, or if you are already a member of the MoveQuest community, leveraging the hatchery is still a very, very viable way to go. And in short order, it may be the only way to go. But when you come and you want to come and go to My Miners and click Hatch Miners. Here, you will see that previously we had tiers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now that particular set of options is no longer available, it has been streamlined down to one tier. It's down to one tier. So we have the option of getting navigators, trailblazers, explorers, or vanguards. That's it. So when you come here, now you're just determining whether you're new or you're existing, you're just determining how many of any one of the miners you would like to obtain. So if you come in and you say, hey, I just want to get one trailblazer, it's already selected on one, you would come down and you would want to make sure that you have at least $80 worth of MQT, which at this very moment would be 9.243 MQT, and you have 0.94 or $20 worth of AVAX in your wallet. You would click incubate, and what would happen is you would immediately obtain your Trailblazer miner that you could go ahead and deploy to start mining with. The $80 in MQT and $20 in AVAX are fees. Those are costs that allowed you to obtain this miner. However, once you have at least one miner and you are submitting your physical activity on a daily basis, you are now able to earn additional MQT. Or I'm sorry, you're able to mine, because we're not earning, we're actually mining, and we're receiving the token rewards on a daily basis. You're now able to receive additional tokens for the amount of MQT that you have placed placed into the hatchery to obtain your miners. So just wanted to make sure that that was clear for everyone to know that this is the onboarding process to come in and get whatever miner or miners. So if you're doing multiple and you're coming in saying, hey, I want 16, I want 8, vanguards or 16 vanguards so I can merge them later into Titans, you would just come in and go to the vanguards, and now you need $2,800 worth of, or 332 MQT, and you need 33 AVAX, and then you click incubate, and that's how you would obtain your miners. So those are the hot points that I wanted to highlight for tonight's call. Miss Lynette, once again, we want to thank you and Waleed for the amazing work and effort that it took to actually get us to this point to where we could actually have the app to actually share with the community and start leveraging on a daily basis. I know it was a lot of hard work that many of us will never know what it took to get there, but we're happy that you were diligent and continuing the effort to make sure you delivered on what it was that you said you was going to deliver on. So that being said, Ms. Lynette, I'm going to go ahead and yield the floor to you so you can share whatever information you'd like to share this evening. Go right ahead.
All right, you did an excellent job. Thank you, thank you. And everybody, I am keeping my video off. I was just actually going to look and see how many steps I got today. I've been out working in my yard after getting everything ready for Apple and Android. I was like, today I'm just going to mow and work on my yard. I got 13,685 steps working in my yard today. So that was good. So anyway, my camera's staying off because I came in just on time to do this call. Give you guys an update on Apple and Android. I kind of explained on Sunday. So when we submitted everything over to Apple, I was waiting for them to, confirm the migration, and I had missed that email. And I kept looking for it and looking for it, and I was starting to get frustrated. I'm like, geez, oh, peace. You know, they said that we would get an answer within 24 hours, and I've heard nothing. Well, I found the email 8 days later. Otherwise, we would already be in the store. So just to let all of you know, this was not, I'm always telling you, you can never, you never know what's going to happen with the developers. You can give a date, but you never know. Well, this was totally not on them. They were completely ready to go. It's completely on me for missing that email. I still don't know how I did. So anyway, it did put us a little bit behind, but it's not their fault. It's completely my fault. And I did get confirmation from Apple today that they should be done with the process within 48 hours. So it's moving along. Android is ready, but we can't put them both in the store at different times. They have to go in together. The developers gave me the reason why. I can't remember what it was. So anyway, we're gonna wait, and then they'll both go in the store, in the stores on the same day. So you don't have to use test flight for very long. But anyway, everything looks really good. And I know a lot of people have been asking the question about commission on hatchery. We're not going to do that simply because that is a very strong part of the liquidity. And those of you who got into the hatchery prior, all of that liquidity is waiting for day 222 when that first wallet is able to claim that MoveQuest. And then it will start depositing all of that liquidity each day that was built up from, I think it's been 100 and some days, maybe 105 days or something like that have passed. I can't remember exactly. And it will deposit that liquidity that come in on each one of those days progressively. So if anybody is wondering, where that liquidity is, that's why. You guys are holding on to those MoveQuest. You get those MoveQuest tokens back. So you got to make sure, the ecosystem has to make sure that that liquidity is there for you when you do receive them. If those of you who are, when you receive that MoveQuest back, if you plan on converting them to USDT and not going into the Golden Hatchery. When you go into the Golden Hatchery, there is no AVAX fee and there is no miners that are minted. You'll just, you can just claim them and transfer them right into the Golden Hatchery and continue earning that extra MoveQuest token. I use the word earn. I just told my son today in one of our group chats, they're not earning MoveQuest, they're mining MoveQuest. And I just did what I told him not to do. So you're mining that MoveQuest. When you submit your proof of physical activity from the blockchain, you get what you've mined from the 2,500 a day that are distributed. And then in the hatchery, you get what you're mining with the hatchery rewards, which is that 0.001846. Those of you who or new people who are coming in and using the hatchery, let's say the deposit is 300 MoveQuest tokens. That's what it costs them to mint whatever miners. I'm just throwing a number out there. That 300 MoveQuest, they spend that now to get those miners. That's the onboarding process. But for the next 222 days that they submit, they're going to mine 0.001846 MoveQuest per MoveQuest spent. Okay, everybody prior, while we were getting ready for the launch of the new app, you get that based on the MoveQuest that you deposited because that's returned to you. But now it isn't returned. It's actually a spend. they spend the MoveQuest, which is great. You got to think about it, because that MoveQuest that comes in, it has to be added to the liquidity before it can ever be used. Okay, the project doesn't sell MoveQuest, so it would be deposited as liquidity, and somebody would have to buy it before it can be sold. So all the MoveQuest that comes in through the hatchery before it could be sold would have to be bought again. That's going to provide, a lot of liquidity. Next Tuesday, I'm going to announce to you the navigators. Okay. I'm not going to tell you too much tonight, just because I still don't have all the details back. Actually, I've sent over what I want to do, but the developers haven't come back and said that this is simple to do. We want to be able to really introduce MoveQuest to the masses. And so moving forward, I guess what I can do is tell you what we're looking to do, what I'm looking to do. And as soon as I get a response back from the dev team, I'll be able to tell you next Tuesday what we're going to be doing. We would not be, people would still have the option, okay, to purchase their navigator miners from the hatchery. Simply, if they spend $50, right, they're going to be able to earn that additional, there we go again, they're going to be able to mine that additional MoveQuest from their proof of physical activity when they submit. But we really want to be able to, okay, so let me back up a little bit. When I started to put this app together, right, this whole blueprint of this, it was to really make a difference in the world, no matter what country you're in. We live in a country where people are, very unhealthy, very unfit. And this app motivates people. And not everybody can afford to, come in at that top tier level, like a lot of people have with the Titan miners. And we want no barrier of entry. We give everybody all kinds of opportunity to get started, like the Phantom Trailblazer. If somebody can get started in the free dock slot with one Phantom miner, it gives them 30 days to kind of test out the system. But what we're looking to do, or what I'm looking to do next, is to make the navigators available to everybody when they come in and get started. So if they unlock the 9 dock slots, they would be able to have 9 navigators available to them right then and there. And there would be a fee, an additional fee in their submission, but not too terrible until that $50 is covered. And then if that's something that's easy enough to do, we may even, do it with the Trailblazers and the Explorers, where people would be able to get started. The Navigators, it wouldn't be a payback fee. The Trailblazers and the Explorers, it would be. So kind of like, okay, I could get started with my 9 Trailblazers. That's $900. And so when they submit, a portion of that would go towards paying that $900, if you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So it gives them an opportunity to get started if they don't have the money up front, but they can still take advantage of the app. So I'll give you more details on that next Tuesday. The leasing, we're going to be adding that to the app as soon as it goes live in the store. All the leasing functionality is done. The smart contracts are done. They're just working right now on the UI part, the user interface, making it easy for people to be able to lease out their miners. Trying to think what else. Challenges is the next thing on our list. Once the challenges are done, we've pretty much completed our roadmap, aside from the events, which that's done too. We just have to be able to implement it into the app once everything is finalized with Apple. So everything is really good. We're like 95% done with our 4-year roadmap. August 1st we'll mark 1 year on the Avalanche blockchain. I'll give you guys some real quick stats here, just to kind of tell you where we're at. which all of you should be really excited about this. So from the mining to date, 772,500 MoveQuest tokens have been mined. From the liquidity raise, there was 220,000 MoveQuest tokens. And then when we listed MoveQuest, it was 134,142 MoveQuest tokens. That's 1,276,642 MoveQuest tokens that have been in circulation since last August 1st. Currently, in the wallets, as of right now, there are 279,595 MoveQuest tokens that are currently being held by our community. And in the rewards hatchery, there's 394,170. So altogether, if you take those two numbers, we've got a very strong community. They're really, let me see here. What did I just do? Oh, 673,000. So of the 1.2 million tokens that have been in circulation, there's 673,765 that are being held by our community. Okay, when you look at that number compared to other projects, that's amazing. Okay, that means that only 602,000 have been sold. Less MoveQuest tokens have been sold than are being held in wallets. So we have a very strong community of holders. So even though you see the market value, you got to understand we haven't even begun to grow to the levels that we're going to be growing. Next Tuesday, we're going to be introducing to you our first project that we're partnering with, and you'll be able to mine that project's tokens as well. We have a second project that will be coming, if not next Tuesday, we're hoping by the following week. And so that would give you 3 different tokens that you could mine. They love our tokenomics, and so they're going to have the identical, pretty much, I mean, I don't see any differences, the basic identical tokenomic structure, which the best part about both of those projects that are coming is that there's no pre-sale token, which means in order to get that token, you have to mine it. And so far from everything I know, there's no allocation of token either. And their utility, a lot of it will be the same as what MoveQuest has. And you'll be able to deposit those tokens into the hatchery to mine additional tokens from those projects. And you'll be able to submit on those projects if you want to, meaning before when we had other projects, we had them all together in the same mining contract. And it would really increase your fees. We didn't have much control over that, obviously, because the blockchains charge those fees based on the number of tokens that you're claiming. So there'll be individual contracts. You'll submit to MoveQuest, and from there you'll have a page that comes up. And as we add additional projects, you can pick and choose the additional tokens that you want to submit your proof of physical activity for. And then they have a self-sustaining ecosystem where liquidity is generated from the community. The benefit is, one, it helps their token grow in market value with that self-sustaining ecosystem. It also is a collaboration of communities, meaning their community is now mining MoveQuest, and our community will have also the benefit of being able to mine their tokens as well. So next Tuesday, we'll introduce the first project and possibly both that are coming on board now. We have 3 to 5 more that are going to be ready to go over the next 3 to 4 weeks. And so now you'll have multiple projects that you're going to be able to take that proof of physical activity and mine their tokens if you choose to do so. That benefits the MoveQuest liquidity pool, obviously, because that means our community is growing through that collaboration. It also is going to help you to expand your crypto portfolio. And because they're using our system and they have not had any pre-sale or allocation of their tokens, you know that their token is going to be very strong as well. And so I liked being able to work with both of these projects and help out with their tokenomics and with the self-sustaining ecosystem, implementing all of that, because that just brings more benefit to our community. So I'm really excited about that. Let me see here. I think that's about all I've got right now. We'll keep everybody posted as to how things are transpiring with Apple and Android. Well, Android is already ready to go. It's Apple that we're waiting on. Apple, they're slow when it comes to certain things and faster on other things. With Coin Market Cap, we should also be ready to roll there, I would say, very, very shortly. They needed some more information from me. I got that sent over to them. We'll be on CoinGecko as well. There's something else I wanted to tell you. Oh, we've got all of our press releases. So once we are in the Apple Store, we will have all our press releases going out. We already have a couple of interviews lined up on the MoveQuest project. So things are really starting to step up. Things are going to start moving quite quickly now that we've reached the milestone with this rebrand and that we have this app done. It's extremely stable. The app is very stable. It works very, very well. Nobody should have any issues with it whatsoever. We will be getting rid of the GetFit mining site and the GetFit mining app when the MoveQuest stuff is completed with these migrations. So for those of you, I don't know how many of you are like me that don't necessarily like change. The change is inevitable. So you're going to have to make yourself get used to the MoveQuest Web3 and the MoveQuest DApp. Because here, I would say over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we will be completely phasing out the GetFit Mining app as well as the website. So, Herschel, that is all I have.
Well, that was quite a bit. And definitely excited to see, now that everything is kind of congruent, we have the app, the DApp, and everything now starting to see these other projects come into the fold. That's going to be, I believe, some truly exciting days ahead. Just really, really excited to see that type of momentum coming back into the ecosystem. So, guys, this is the perfect time to be submitting and getting as much physical activity as you possibly can in on a daily basis, because the number of tokens we're able to mine now, as the community grows, we won't be able to get as many tokens as we mine, but the value of the token will rise. So accumulate as many of them as you can while you can. Before we go, Miss Lynette, I want to make sure, because I know he's listening. You mentioned press releases and interviews and things of that nature. Well, I had a doctor from a health podcast reach out to me today who would like to interview you on his podcast so that he can help spread the word. It's a health podcast, so he can help spread the word to his community as well. That's one.
Yeah, that would be great.
And then two, I know that Waleed is still behind the scenes working on, this is a new app, it's fresh. So there's going to be some little glitches and some UI issues and things like that he's still, going to be going through and working out. Any insight that you can share with us, for any individuals that may not see, their MQT or may not see some numbers reporting properly, would you recommend that the MoveQuest DApp, the DApp browser, the website would be the official place to go look, based on my previous conversations with Waleed, because the app pulls the data from the DApp. Is that accurate?
You're saying the Web3 pulls the
Yes.
data from the
No, no, no,
DApp?
no. The other way around. The Web 3 is
Correct.
where the data resides. But the
Yep,
app is just a read-only app that gets the data from the Web 3.
correct.
Okay. So any
That's the way I
discrepancy.
understand it as
Okay.
well.
Okay. So any
Now so
discrepancies.
my hatchery is showing correctly. And I know
Okay.
some do and some don't.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna go look in the new app and see if it's showing in the app correctly real quick because I don't know if it's for everybody or if it's just for some. Let me see. I don't see very well these colors. Hang on a second here. Okay, so um, okay, I know what we're talking about here now. What's happening there is he has a mistake in one line of code. He's pulling the wrong code. It should be a 13. He's pulling a 3, and what it's doing is it's telling you what the max is. So your max and your total are the same. I thought that this was already updated prior to the migration happening. So see, the minute we said yes, we want to, because I had talked to Apple support and I told them, I says, look, we're supposed to be doing the launch of this app on June 2nd. What are the chances that we can get this done by then? And they're like, oh, that would be like probably difficult because it takes several days for us to do the whole migration. And but we can do our best. And they're like, do you want us to proceed? Because if we do proceed, you will not be able to update anything. So we can't go in and do any updates on any of the code and submit it to Apple and have it be fixed. We have to wait till the migration is done. So while we have it fixed, we can't actually submit it to Apple for validation until they get done with this migration. Once that's done, then that will display properly. So yes, they need to go to the actual Web3, the website, and that's where you should see what your totals are. Now, I had also thought I understood that there were some that weren't updating properly, and I thought that was fixed. So, is there anything that's different than what I just explained, Herschel, that you're hearing back from people?
That I believe what you just addressed would be the bulk of anything that I have heard. Because in my discussion with Waleed, he was saying there were several little bugs or UI things that he needed to update. But as you just said, that update will be pushed through once everything is done with the App Store or what have
Yeah.
you. So yeah. So once let's give it a little bit of time. Let's get in the app stores. As long as when you go to the Web3 that browser, everything is showing accurate there. That's what everything is being based off of, and the app on your phone is just a read only. So, but the Web3 is the be all end all. So that's
Yeah,
what
the
we got.
Web3 is accurate. The DApp is just pulling the wrong line of code. It's pulling from, like I said, I know it doesn't mean anything from you guys, but it was a typo where they should have put in a 13 and they put in a 3. 13 is just what data is it pulling, what code, what line of code, whatever. So it was just, he forgot to put, he messed up. He didn't put the 1 in, just put a 3. That's why your total, your max, and your total are the same in the DAP. But yeah, so it's not an error. It's just what it's reading, and what is on the Web3 is accurate.
Perfect. Perfect.
And if you ever wonder, and maybe I'll show you guys how to do this next Tuesday. If people don't know how to do it, you can always go to the Hatchery contract, put in your at wallet address into the read only function, and it will give you all the data that you want right there. Because the smart contracts, those don't mess up. It's just what we're pulling. If we get something wrong in what we're calling, then it would pull in the wrong data. So I'll show everybody how to do that, or maybe Herschel, I can show you how to do
Yeah.
it. We can do a quick video on it.
Okay, not a problem. And one last question I wanted to address real quick. Gentleman was asking about topping up the AVAX inside of the app itself. If you look at the screen, you'll notice that on the Web3, remember, our wallet is connected to the Web3 browser through our DApp browser. Here, we are able to simply, whatever we have in our MetaMask wallet, in this example, we can actually just simply go right here and type in an amount and send that directly to our internal wallet address. We will not be able to do this same type of function in the app itself for safety and security reasons. The app is designed to be a read-only app that you never have to connect your wallet to, your decentralized wallet to. That is the only reason why we have to send our AVAX or tokens into the app, so that there's tokens there to actually perform your blockchain transactions, because your wallet is linked only so that the address can be there, so that it can actually read what's on the blockchain, but it is not connected to your wallet. So either you come to the DApp browser through MetaMask or through the Chrome extension of your wallet, and you can do it here, or you will have to actually copy your internal wallet address and just send crypto directly to your internal wallet. Those would be the only two ways in order to do that. So just wanted to make sure that that was answered for the gentleman. So once again, Ms. Lynette, we thank you. We appreciate you taking the time. You know, even though we pulled you away from a lot of yard work, we'll let you go back or whatever, and enjoy the rest of your evening. You can relax and get ready to pick up where you left off tomorrow. But everyone, once again,
Awesome.
I want to thank all of you as well for taking the time to actually come, listen, hear, see, and understand everything that's going on within this ecosystem. There are still brighter, much brighter days ahead. This project is only getting started, and I believe we are all in the right place and definitely at the right time. So until next week, if anything else comes up, we will definitely make sure everybody is aware of it. But until next week, I hope and wish everyone a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time.
Good night, everybody.
MoveQuest, let's get it. Turn your steps to earnings, we stay winning. It's your journey, walk it on it. Stay active, get that crypto. Let's go. Move, submit, earn and repeat. Every step I take, yeah, I'm stacking that heat. Crypto flowing while I'm moving my feet. Health and wealth, yeah, I'm playing for keeps. No more sitting, we stay on the grind. Walk to the bag, let's redefine. Balance the hustle, body and mind. MoveQuest mode, yeah, I'm aligned. Stay active, earn crypto, stack it. Every move I make, that's a habit. Turn every step into earnings. New way to win, yeah, I'm learning. Move, submit, earn and repeat. Crypto rewards got me feeling the lead. It's your journey, chase that feed. Health and wealth, yeah, we bring the heat. X Spaces live Sunday 3 p.m. EST, tune in with me. We talking games, we talking stacks. Moving forward, never looking back. One step closer, mission's clear. Every week, yeah, we pioneer. New ways to earn, new way to grow. MoveQuest life, let's get that glow. This ain't just a game, this a movement. Every step's a check, yeah, improvement. We don't stop, we elevate. MoveQuest fam, let's celebrate. Move, submit, earn and repeat. Crypto rewards got me feeling elite. It's your journey. Chase that feet. Health and wealth. Yeah, we bring the heat.